Throughout the history of humans, China has been an empire, and now it is the most populous country on Earth, along with one of the greatest economies on Earth. Nowadays, China is known as the communist capital of the world. China made this decision just recently. There were many problems that came in with communism. However, the communist government turned out to be something completely different than what it was promised. Their government was being set up to look like ours. There were things that got changed. One major one that's causing a lot of problems lately is religion. The communist government has outlawed religion unless it is under the supervision of the government.
People who support communism and atheism versus people who support religion. This is a conflict because the government uses communism to enforce atheism, and as a result, all religious practices are illegal. People built secret churches underground so they could continue their practices without the government knowing. In some cases, if the police found these churches, they would tear down the structures and arrest the people.
Every church member is a missionary. We freely receive, we should freely give. Sharing the gospel is the work that we all must do.
Most of the underground churches in China are actually led by young people. These kids have all come out of the communist system, and they want nothing to do with it.
In this church, the people wake up at 4:30 to come together for 2 hours to pray and worship. These people meet on a farm, far away from government eyes. To give you an example of how fast Christianity is growing in China, in one meeting, over 1,000 people became Christians.
This problem began when missionaries began coming over to China. They started to build a larger religious foundation in the country by converting the Chinese people. As the government became communist and started supporting atheist ideals, it began to exclude the religious folks that the missionaries had helped create. The gap grew larger as more people converted to atheism to avoid legal prosecution. As time went on, the missionaries that continued to come over to convert people started to receive word of the government's distaste. As the authorities began to act on such distaste, the missionary numbers went down considerably.